Welcome to the Bucket Bros. All right, everybody, this is a new style of episode this week. We are on location. It is Christmas today, everybody. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, I hope you have a great day. So, Bobby and I are going to exchange some videos, and this is going to kind of be the episode. So, I hope you guys kind of enjoy this as a new style. We'll see if it works or not. So right now we're about to go watch these NBA games. I'm not feeling too confident about my Timberwolves going up against the Mavs. They just haven't found themselves offensively over the last few games. So I'm curious to see what you think. Bobby, back to you.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you all are as excited as I am to watch 13 hours of basketball today in back-to-back games. Should be pretty action-packed, whole lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be relying on this guy today, my trusty antenna. ABC, come through. First up, we're going to have the Spurs at Knicks in the Garden. Let's see if Chris Paul can dissect that shaky interior Knicks defense. Although I do suspect that we're going to see a lot of 7+ footers shooting from outside today, lighting it up. I'm guessing today is going to be the day of rebounds for Karl Anthony Towns. I do know that Wemby has a hard time fighting in the post with more stout big men. So we'll see how good Cat's box out skills are today. That said, Wemby is great at those tip out rebounds, so maybe he'll be able to keep advantage Spurs today. Only a quarter in of this 13-hour extravaganza, and it's already exciting. Starting off with the tale of two centers, the showdown between Wemby and Cat is not disappointing thus far. Wemby making his Christmas debut. Not bad first quarter for a debut. 10.4 rebound, 2 assists, 2 block. Not a good shooting day for him thus far, but you know what? That's not going to stop him from shooting. Cat looking a little slippery around the basket himself. He's already getting into foul trouble though. That one's seeming to carry over with him throughout the course of his career. Hopefully he's able to stay in the game long enough to continue to make an impact. Wembanyama with already a 24-point double-double to start off the first half of Christmas Day. He can definitely score in bunches. Even when he's not seemingly have a good scoring day, he can just rack them up real fast. Very easy, which is certainly something I think you want from him. And if you're really wondering if I'm actually going to update you after every quarter today, well, you're in luck because I am. He's only 1 for 7 to start the day. Pretty limited scoring off the bench thus far for the Knicks. That's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, you weren't kidding about that being the battle of the centers. That was a great matchup. I got to catch probably a little bit of the second half as far as the Spurs and Knicks go. It seemed to be a really close battle. Obviously, being a 3-point game, now that it's finished, a 117-114 win for the Knicks. Next game up are my T-Wolves and my Mavs. All right, we just started the third quarter of the Mavs-Wolves game. The Wolves have a massive lead. I can't believe that they are up almost 30 points. I saw that Luka Doncic is out for the game with a calf injury. I did not see that. Unfortunately, everything that I've seen every time I'm watching the Wolves is that they're just not making shots, but somehow they have this huge lead. But then I saw that they got 60 points. They're holding the Mavs to 60 points in the third quarter, so that's probably the reason why with about a minute left. So that defensive intensity has come back. All right, I'm getting antsy. It's about the lead keeps dwindling in the fourth, which is a common occurrence with the Timberwolves. Can't really hold that lead or just kind of finish off an opponent in the fourth quarter. So right now, when I walked outside, it was a 97-85 lead. Let's hope that continues. I will check back with you after the game. Well, that certainly was an entertaining game. My goodness. Kyrie's shot right at the end, that three that just hit the front iron. Man, if that would have went in, that would have been a much different game. So the Wolves sneak out. I think they ended up with a 6-point victory over the Mavs in Dallas. So, yeah, that's one of those wins I'm happy for the Wolves to get above 500. They're now 15-14. Now we go to game 3. We've got the 76ers versus the Celtics. I did see pregame that Joel Embiid tweaked his ankle. as he was getting ready in warm-ups. And then actually to go back to the Mavs game, I haven't heard any updates on Luka's calf injury. So I'll have to go and check on that and hopefully be able to update you guys on the next video.
What a wild finish to that Mavs T-Wolves game. Not what I was expecting in the second half. You know, I was about to walk away in the second half just because of how things were going and spend time with family. But boy, am I sure glad that I did not, because it was a great finish. A lot of big shots down the stretch. Credit to the T-Wolves defense for keeping it such a low-scoring game for the Mavs. One of the best offenses in the league here. I did not see the Doncic injury, so hopefully he comes back from that pretty soon. But yeah, kind of a lot of minor soft tissue injuries for him so far this year. The Mavs did, however, make a huge swing in the last 13 minutes of the game. The game inevitably was sealed by a couple big buckets from Ant down the stretch there. As the Sixers Celtics game gets started here, should be a pretty good matchup. I think it'll be pretty tight here. Really, I'm just hoping that everybody stays healthy for 48 minutes. I know Drew Holiday's out with a shoulder, but yeah, we got everybody on the floor today. Otherwise, a little time already off the clock. Just thinking about the style of defense the Celtics play, I think if the Sixers are going to keep it competitive all game, Paul George is going to have to pull this one out for them.
76ers squeak out one against the Celtics. We're getting ready for LeBron and Curry coming up next. I'm curious to hear what Bobby has to say about his old 76ers. Just clawing their way back to 500. They're 11-17, got a few games to go.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to tune into much of that Sixers Celtics game because the family obligations finally took over. But boy, it looked like I missed a pretty good one. I feel like I was calling out Paul George early on, but turns out a good game by Embiid and Maxey is all it takes. I do feel like that game had pretty big implications for those teams. It's a possible playoff matchup. With the way the Sixers are playing, it's probably going to be an early round matchup, if anything. Two teams that we were all excited about coming into the season, who we would consider Eastern juggernauts when healthy. So, sans Drew Holiday, and I think that made perhaps a big difference on the perimeter defense from Boston. But, it's something to keep an eye on later on in the season. I'm excited for this next game. I'm picking Warriors. I like their depth. I like their pace. I think Draymond has made himself too much of a meme after last game, dropping his 0-0. Poor Tony Snell, by the way. Leave that man alone and give him a contract. I think the Warriors are looking to gain some momentum with Schroeder in their lineup. Hasn't been looking great thus far. I think Curry is coming off a little bit of a slump lately. So, I'm picking Dubs all the way through here. Early here in the second half, it has been a shootout between the two legends. But Steph and LeBron certainly playing a lot more for pride in this game. If you look at the records of these two teams, there's definitely a lot of seeding and tiebreaker implications of this game. So just keep that in mind as you watch this game play out down the stretch.
The Warriors just tied it up at 67-all in the third quarter with probably about 7 minutes left. Got to give a shout out to Trace Jackson Davis. He's having a great game. This is his third one in a row. Watched him on Monday against the Pacers, and he had a really good game against the Wolves on Friday. And right now, I think he's got 9 points, probably about 7 boards. A really good chance he's going to have a double-double tonight. LeBron's already got 21. It's looking like a Legends matchup with him and Curry both firing shots away. So this should be fun through the rest of the game. Got a good quarter and a half left to go. Should be exciting. What a game. Watching the LeBron post game. Whew. That was exciting. Steph's big three to tie the game with about 6 seconds left. And then Austin Reeves going baseline on Wiggins for the layup and the win with 1 second left. Steph can't get the three-quarter shot to fall. Lakers win it. No AD. Big game by LeBron. Hachimura, I think, had 5 threes. That was pretty remarkable. We got one more to go. We got Denver and Phoenix. Here we go.
Boy, that Warriors pregame pick is looking a little ridiculous, isn't it? How was I supposed to know that Austin Reeves was going to have a triple-double in the game-winning bucket? If you had told me before the game that AD was only going to play 7 minutes and Steph was going to state his case to repeat as the Jerry West Clutch Player of the Year, I would have doubled down on my pick. It seems like the LeBron James-Steph Curry matchups never disappoint. These guys always play their hearts out against each other. They always take these matchups very serious. And now we are well into the second quarter of a Nuggets at Suns game. No Booker. The Suns have taken pretty healthy lead early on, but I'm looking forward to a Nuggets second half comeback.
Well, this is my last video night. Both my microphones have died. The game is just about to end. 2.6 left. What a day of basketball. Some surprises, some stuff you figured was going to happen. Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. And I hope all of you guys have a Merry Christmas. Bobby and I will probably have an episode here in the next day or two to kind of wrap everything up that we watched. And I look forward to now the post-Christmas season as the real NBA season is about to begin. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm sure Bobby has a few comments to say to kind of wrap this up.
Folks, I'm so sorry. I fell asleep before the end of the last game yesterday, so that's why it's daylight as I'm recording this. I just couldn't make it for my 13-hour shift after all. I didn't realize it was actually possible to be hungover from watching NBA basketball. Overall, it looks like a pretty good win for the Suns, backed by a solid performance from Bradley Beal. Hopefully we end up saying that more throughout the year. And then kind of a dud by Jamal Murray. I think that's something that we'll end up talking about more at length when we get back to you guys after the Christmas break. Till then.